And now it's time for Guerilla Roundup. They'll let you know what happened overnight when things transpire whilst you sleep. Right there in the loop you keep.
Well, we're back at Hagley Oval in Christchurch with our special correspondent Hector Vickers, who's seen the conclusion of the first test. How are you going, Hector? How are you feeling? What's the mood like?
Oh, Messi, very good. Feeling much better, really warm at the moment. Behind me, I don't know if you can see in the picture, but the England team are having some beers. They've just been playing.
Oh, I bet they'll be having more than a few.
Yeah, that's why I've moved off the outfield. But yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Really good mood. Everyone, even New Zealand, to be honest, in defeat, seemed to take it really well. They were swarmed by a whole bunch of kids at the end to take photos with, and they seemed in good spirits. But yeah, end of the first test and it went for England in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. So New Zealand resumed today in a situation where they were, what was it, 155 for 6. They were just ahead. Take us through what happened this morning.
Yeah, so 155 for 6. They had a lead of 4, so the equivalent of 4 for 6. Everyone thought that it would all be wrapped up within the first session. Daryl Mitchell played a fantastic innings. I think he got 75 in the end. And he started off with Nathan Smith. And those two looked really good at the start. I think they added another 25 runs, 35 runs before Smith fell. But they sort of it was clear that they were going to frustrate the England bowlers with their batting. Cast and Stokes actually opened the bowling with Cast at the other end, and they bowled short straight away, which I found a little bit weird. Everyone in the press box as well thought it was pretty stupid. As Mitchell and Smith looked pretty comfortable. Smith finished on 21. He got trapped LBW by a filler delivery from Cast. And then Matt Henry joined him at the crease. He went pretty quickly. Cast again got him LBW. Tim Southey came out swinging. This is his last innings at the Hagley Oval. He hit Gus Atkinson for a couple of huge sixes. Finished on 12. He ended up getting called out by Joe Reed at deep mid-wicket from Atkinson. So Atkinson won that battle. But again, Mitchell kept on going. He finished on 84, off 167 balls. He was joined by Will O'Rourke at the crease, and they combined another 45 runs for the 10th wicket. Will O'Rourke finished with his career best 5 off 39, not out. And Mitchell ended up caught by Chris Wokes. Rodney Cast finished for 6 wickets and ended up with man of the match with the 10th for the match.
So yeah, Daryl Mitchell does like playing against England, doesn't he? I think he averages over 70 against England. Not bad.
Yeah, it was 74 going into this game. Obviously, he didn't bat as well as he would have liked in the first innings, but he did really well at frustrating the English attacker. It was pretty clear. And yeah, he batted really well with the rule.
So Cass ended up again with 6 wickets altogether in the second innings, didn't he?
6 innings. Yeah.
And he ended up player of the match, I think. Tell me something, though. Ben Stokes pulled up halfway through an over and stopped bowling. What do we know about that injury?
Yeah, so at first we thought that he was sick. We had the binoculars out, and he kept on sort of leaning over himself. We thought he was just a little bit sick, but we asked him after the day, and it turns out on day 1 he tweaked his back slightly diving for a ball in the field. Joked that he doesn't often spend as much time out in the middle as he did this match with his 80. And of course, he bowled some long spells. So he said he was just feeling really stiff and didn't want to risk it. But he's pretty confident he'll be fine for Wellington.
Because that's a concern for all England fans. We all know Ben Stokes is held together by heavy-duty sellotape. And the thought of him not being there is one that's quite daunting, I think, in prospect of future test matches. Just don't want to break him before the India series and the Ashes series. The chase was 104 in the second innings. How did England go about that?
Yeah, so New Zealand getting 104 did a lot better than was expected, but then again, they could have pushed on for 150. Zach Crawley, not his best test match, went for one, called him bowled off Matt Henry. Matt Henry took a great catch, but again, Crawley on the drive was just way too uppish and sort of broke his wrist, I think, on the drive, ended up hitting it to Henry. Ben Duckett came out swinging. It was an odd innings. He finished on 27 off 18, but every shot he hit, everyone in the box saying, why are you doing that? It was very uneasy when he was batting. But he ended up 27 off 18, 1-6 and 4 fours. Called out in the deep again. Will O'Rourke, 6'4", relatively new bowler for New Zealand. He's really quick. He's been recording some early 90 miles an hour. So yeah, he got called out. Jacob Bethel came in, similar to Duckett, looked to take the game on early, but again played and missed it a few. But really got into the swing of things. He finished on 50 not out of 37, 8 4s, and 1-6. He hit the winning runs, which is pretty nice to do on your debut. Batting with Joe Root, who came in 23 off 15. He had a great 6. It was another one of his scoops, but it was a lot finer this time. Ended up really near where we were sitting, which was cool. But yeah, he'll be happy to have some runs after his duck in the first innings.
So I had the impression, with the possible exception of Crawley, England basically went out there and said, look, let's treat this as if it's the T20 because we know we're good at that. And that's basically what they did, including the weird shots from Duckett. Yeah,
well, 104 for 2 in 12.4 overs, going at 8.2 and overs, pretty T20 like. But that's what we've grown to expect from Bazball, and with it was very flat. So yeah, there was only one way they were going to go.
I mean, it's good to see Bethel make a 50 on debut, but it doesn't really answer any questions about his position as a test number 3. I don't think.
No, I'd say more the first innings does, actually. I think he batted really nice. He only got 10 in the first innings, but he was batting, as Stokes was saying in the press conference, he batted in really tough conditions against Southey and Henry with the new ball when England were into the trouble. He negated that for a good, only about 30 minutes, but his technique looked great, I thought. But yeah, still got questions to answer.
Yeah. So, a very comfortable win by 8 wickets for England. Was there anything of interest coming out of the press conference, Hector?
Yeah, well, Stokes was asked, Ollie Pope batting at 6 with the gloves, whether he'll continue to do that and Bethel will stay at 3 for the rest of the series. Nothing really came of that. He said, look, we've still got time to think about it. Ollie Pope has come in and done a great job, but the thinking is that Ollie Pope will stay at 6 because Bazball just loved Bethel, so he might stay at 3 for the rest of the series. But Robinson landed today, so he'll start training in Wellington. I think he might have just gone straight to Wellington.
It's a bit of a bleak outlook, isn't it, for actual wicketkeepers in England? They get included in the squad and then left out or get injured on a fairly regular basis, and somebody else fills in for them. Yeah,
exactly. It's not a great reputation for county cricket. Like, you just got to look at Jacob Bethel averaging 25, gets called ahead of Keaton Jennings, James Vince, who have had their chance for England but are averaging and scoring a lot of runs. There are many players in the county championship who deserve a shot, but I don't know. That's just the direction that Bazball want to go at the moment.
Yeah. So, anything else from the press conference we should know?
Yeah, there was a lot of chat about Bryden Carson. Carson, I think, bowled 38 overs in this match, and in Pakistan, he was called on a lot. And Stokes was just asked, like, why? Like, how can he keep on bowling? He's a really aggressive bowler. He is. I saw this stat from CricViz. Out of 156 right-hand pacers who have bowled more than 500 deliveries, he bowls at the shortest length. I think it's 8.4 meters down the wicket. So physically for him, it's really challenging. And Stokes was asked why he keeps on turning to him.
Yeah.
And apparently during Carson's ban, Stokes was quite active in his sort of rehab side of things, and he was always talking to him. So there's that sort of loyalty there from both the Durham players. And so yeah, Carson will most likely play the rest of the series.
Yeah. I think one of our listeners described him as having that bit of mongrel about him, which is good to see.
Yeah, exactly. And Tom Latham is pretty adamant that Tom Blundell's going to stay in the side. He was asked whether Blundell isn't the best keeper batsman in New Zealand, but Latham was pretty firm in saying that he is, and he'll continue to be for the summer, he thinks.
Right.
But yeah, he was a little bit downcast, but still pretty upbeat considering he's just been thumped. So yeah, that was about it from the conferences after.
So, I mean, overall view of the match, from my point of view, it's a really good win for England. But it's also true, I think, to say that New Zealand threw it away to a large extent by dropping 8 catches in that first innings. It could have been a very different game for them if only they'd hung on to their catches.
Yeah, exactly. I think, as you say, I think New Zealand would have won this game comfortably. I think England did play very well and they capitalised on those chances, but New Zealand lost the game. I think we can't really mistake that. If they had held on to those chances, we were 71 for 4 at one point. We got to remember after they set us 358, I think it was. Yeah, New Zealand will be disappointed, but I suppose the one positive is what went wrong already, and you've got 5 days to work on it and get ready for Friday.
Yeah. So looking forward to Friday, which will be Thursday night in the UK. What do you anticipate? Looking at any changes in either team, do you think?
Seeing the case for England, the only question marks will be Bethel, Pope, Robinson. What's going to happen there? I think that they'll keep Bethel at 3 and Pope at 6, but Robinson's obviously there as a replacement. Chris Wokes potentially might be rotated for either one of Matty Potts or Ollie Stone. Yeah. But other than that, it'll be a similar lineup. Cast will stay in, Bashir will stay, and for New Zealand, they were pretty quiet about what changes they'd make. I think Will Young will come back into the side, but whether that's for Conway or for Blundell, who knows? And in terms of the bowling, Mitch Satner's expected to come back. He's been called up to the squad, so he's expected to come in for maybe Benford.
Right. So we're at the Basin Reserve on Friday, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great ground. And I think you'll have a ball there as well. What are your predictions?
For the second test?
Yes.
I think England are going to continue. I think it's going to be tighter. England will chase, and they'll have to chase 260 this time, and they'll do it with 3 wickets in hand, I reckon. Right. Yeah.
Now, well, it will be interesting to see, won't it? I do have to ask you something about the press box. I'm wondering whether you had the presence of Jeremy Coney in the press box, did you?
No, he's doing broadcasts. I've seen him around at lunch and tea and stuff like that.
I was wondering how dominant he might be in the press box. Having heard Tony's interview with him, and also he's doing summaries for the final word as well. The thought of him in the press box holding forth is quite daunting, I would have thought.
Yeah, well, he's doing the final word with Cam Bonzombie. He's in the press box with us. He says he's still trying to get a grip of it. But I think I'll probably be talking to Cam soon, sometime in between the tests as well. So I can ask him then.
Well, you should do a final word with Cam. That'd be a relief for him, I think. I get the feeling Cam's a bit overwhelmed by him. Doesn't know how to do anything about it. Well, but he's a lovely bloke.
He's gone from Dan Norcross to Jeremy Coney as well. So he's
two extremes.
Which is good. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for everything you've brought to us from the ground, Hector. It's given us a whole new perspective on the game, and it's been wonderful to get your feedback from it. Let's do the same thing when we get to Wellington. If you want to, let me know if you want to do a preview the day before, and we can probably tee something like that up as well. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I'll be around then anyway, so that should be good. Fantastic. Thanks, mate. Awesome. And now it's time for Guerilla, a roundup. They'll let you know what I have.